Trump has made this announcement. Look, you could go back on this very program to 2015 when Trump announced his candidacy for president of the United States, and we were jumping for joy. We had so much fun with it. Through the announcement on the escalator, the debates were fucking classic. Election night spent right here, again, just celebrating. And then 4 years, just about, before COVID hit, 3.5 years of prosperity and comedy, the likes of which I don't think we'll ever see again in this country. But amazing. MAGA. It was truly MAGA. In a couple of short years, the powers that be have destroyed that. Just literally destroyed it. COVID was the beginning of it, and then the election, the bullshit election, Biden, this energy thing, the border, the war, all this inflation nonsense. That is such a stark difference to those funny, prosperous years of a Donald Trump presidency. So now we're heading into, we had the midterms and we're heading into 2024. They're already in full campaign mode. And Trump announces he's going to be president. And this is a really good example of some things are meant for the perfect time and perfect place. Donald Trump was perfect for 2015 into 2016 election. It was exactly what we needed. The country was really starting to take itself a little too seriously. The politician, we were sick of the politicians, sick of all the bullshit. We wanted somebody in there that was going to really tear shit up. I always said the wrench in the machine. We needed someone to just be that wrench that gets tossed into the workings of the gears of government. And Trump was that guy, and it was perfect. Perfect timing. Now, I don't know. And I hate to think I'm falling victim to a propaganda mission that the Democrats and liberals and powers that be have put out there, which would be to really discredit Donald Trump. And I've seen some of it, and I don't fall for it. All the bullshit about lawsuits and the insurrection and all that horse shit. Being an election denier, fuck you. But you can look at things Donald Trump has done to himself to really shoot himself in the foot constantly. When he was president, he surrounded himself with douchebags and backstabbers, which I don't know how much of a choice he had. He's talking about cleaning up the swamp, and the only people he could choose for the jobs around him were the swamp people. So it wasn't that easy. It wasn't easy enough to get him from outside of the machine to get in there. And now he's supposed to handpick everyone from outside the machine and bring them in. No, he needed to appoint people like William Barr and that Ambassador Bolton and all these clowns that just turned out to be the swamp. So I don't know how much blame you could put on him as far as that's concerned. The border wall thing, he wanted to build the border wall. Ann Coulter gives Trump shit about this all the time. Where was the wall? He never built the wall. Well, he couldn't. He wanted to. He wanted the money for it. He started building it. And at every turn, they slapped an injunction on him. They wouldn't allow him. There was a court-ordered stoppage of him building a wall. So I don't know how much you could blame him for that. He certainly seemed sincere about doing that. And regardless of the wall or not, he did cut down that illegal immigration traffic that was coming over the border. And now we see what it's like without Trump in office with that. They're pouring over the border now. It's an invasion, quite frankly. So Trump announces a few weeks ago that he is indeed running for president of the United States 2024. And we haven't really seen much of him since that announcement. He pops up and says a few things. But he announced a pre-announcement that he was going to have this big announcement today. And people are wondering what that was going to be all about. Policy, maybe. Something like that. No. Trump was announcing Well, why don't we play some of it and see?
If we don't have free speech, then we just don't have
Well,
a
this goes
free
on a little
country.
while,
It's
right?
as simple as that.
We'll play a
If
little
this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple, just like dominoes, one by one. They'll go down. That's why today I'm announcing my plan to shatter the left-wing censorship regime and to reclaim the right to free speech for all Americans. And reclaim is a very important word in this case because they've taken it away. In recent weeks, bombshell reports have confirmed that a sinister group of deep state bureaucrats, Silicon Valley tyrants, left-wing activists, and depraved corporate news media have been conspiring to manipulate and silence the American people. They have collaborated to suppress vital information on everything from elections to public health. The censorship cartel must be dismantled and destroyed, and it must happen immediately. And here's my plan. First, within hours of my inauguration, I will sign an executive order banning any federal department or agency from colluding with any organization, business, or person to censor, limit, categorize, or impede the lawful speech of American citizens.
Could you pause it a minute? Why didn't you do that? You were president. And it was a huge issue. Huge. That issue of the government mandated censorship over private companies and social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook and whatnot, that was a very important to the Trump constituency. We were talking about that for a while. And as every conservative and person who wasn't one of these left-wing nuts were being thrown off of social media platforms, nothing got done about it. Right up till Donald Trump got thrown off. I would think that would have been the best time to draw something up and pass something or do whatever he says he's going to do if he won in 2024 to keep this government-mandated censorship from infecting social media platforms. So, again, it's very hard to have a good sequel because you have to look at what you've done. When Trump got up there in 2015, campaigning for 2016, he didn't have a past record of politics. He had a past record of business and chicks and grabbing them by the pussy and all that fun stuff. But he didn't have a past record of politics. Now that he's had the presidency, it's very difficult for him to get up there and say, hey, I'm going to do this, without people going, hey, why didn't you do that? So it's kind of, it's very politician. It just makes him look like another one of these fucking politicians. So it doesn't bode well. And like I said, you know me, I'm a fan of the guy. I thought his years as president were some of the most prosperous we've had as a nation. Really were. He had balls going around the globe, and he's just pushing other leaders out of the way. It's fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. This time around, I don't know. I just don't know. Let's roll a little more.
Impede the lawful speech of American citizens. I will then ban federal money from being used to label domestic speech as mis- or disinformation. And I will begin the process of identifying and firing every federal bureaucrat who has engaged in domestic censorship, directly or indirectly, whether they are the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Health, Human Services, the FBI, the DOJ, no matter who they are. Second, I will order the Department of Justice to investigate all parties involved in the new online censorship regime, which is absolutely destructive and terrible, and to aggressively prosecute any and all crimes identified. These include possible violations of federal civil rights law, campaign finance laws, federal election law, securities law, and antitrust laws, the Hatch Act, and a host of other potential criminal, civil, regulatory, and constitutional offenses. To assist in these efforts, I am urging House Republicans to immediately send preservation letters, and we have to do this right now, to the Biden administration, the Biden campaign, and every Silicon Valley tech giant, ordering them not to...
He's having a problem speaking lately, too. This is not the same Trump of years ago. There's a slight slur to some of the words, and he's not completing some of the words, mishmashing a few of the letters together. Not bad. It's not bad, mind you. It's definitely not Biden-like. But he is at a certain age. And, when you're looking at 2 more years before the election and then 4 years after that, you got to tack 6 years onto what you're seeing now, which is even more ludicrous when you think of Joe Biden. I'm not shitting on Trump here like that without saying, like, if Trump maybe can do it, Biden definitely can't do it. 2 years before the election and then 4 more years, and this guy's already a fucking piece of shit. Jimmy, hang on. I'll get to your call about Trump. A little more.
Destroy evidence of censorship. Third, upon my inauguration as president, I will ask Congress to send a bill to my desk revising Section 230 to get big online platforms out of
when the Chinese guy goes to the dentist.
Business. From now on, digital platforms should only qualify for immunity protection under Section 230 if they meet high standards of neutrality, transparency, fairness, and non-discrimination. We should require these platforms to increase their efforts to take down unlawful content such as child exploitation and promoting terrorism, while dramatically curtailing their power to arbitrarily restrict
stand up, stand by,
speech.
stand aside.
Fourth, we need to break up the entire toxic censorship industry that has arisen under the false guise of tackling so-called mis- and disinformation. The federal government should immediately stop funding all nonprofits and academic programs that support this authoritarian project. If any U.S. university is discovered to have engaged in censorship activities or election interferences in the past, such as flagging social media content for removal of blacklisting, those universities should lose federal research dollars and federal student loan support for a period of 5 years and maybe more.
Maybe more.
We should also enact new laws laying out clear criminal penalties for federal bureaucrats who partner with private entities to do an end run around the Constitution and deprive Americans of their First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment rights. In other words, deprive them of their vote. And once you lose those elections, and once you lose your borders like we have, you no longer have a country.
He's lost me already.
Furthermore, to confront the problems
this when he talks about his cards, his NFTs?
This isn't him at all. This is just like a speechwriter or something. It's not his voice.
It doesn't have anything Trump about it.
No.
He's a politician babbling about things that he can't ever get done. You are going to get people convicted for censoring someone on social media, but it's just not going to happen. This is politic speech. He's turned into a politician, and the thing that was great about him was he wasn't a politician. So, watching this is kind of, where's when he announces his cards? That's the big get here in this one. Oh, it's not on this? I guess it was on the other one.
This should include a right to...
He announces his NFTs. Yeah, which is... I don't know who came up with this fucking harebrained scheme. This is one of the craziest things. With everything that's going on in this country, in the world, and he's running for president, to bring up something like this. By the way, this doesn't go to the campaign either. You got to get the video. There's a video of him announcing this. I know. I watched it. It's like, it's crazy. Because I don't know if this is just his harebrained scheme. Somebody advised him and said this would be a good thing. and the money isn't going to be used for campaigning. This is going to the Trump organization. I don't know what this is, because it's being called quite a grift, as they say on social media, and that's very hard to argue that this isn't some type of a money grab.
Hello, everyone. This is Donald Trump. Hopefully your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make. I'm doing my first official Donald J. Trump NFT collection right here and right now. They're called Trump Digital Trading Cards. These cards feature some of the really incredible artwork pertaining to my life and my career. It's been very exciting. You can collect your Trump digital cards just like a baseball card or other collectibles. Here's one of the best parts. Each card comes with an automatic chance to win amazing prizes like dinner with me. I don't know if that's an amazing prize, but it's what we have. Or golf with you and a group of your friends at one of my beautiful golf courses, and they are beautiful. I'm also doing Zoom calls, a one-on-one meeting, autographing memorabilia, and so much more. We're doing a lot.
Cameos.
My official Trump digital trading cards are $99, which doesn't sound like very much for what you're getting. Buy one and you will join a very exclusive community. It's my community, and I think it's something you're going to like, and you're going to like it a lot. They also make perfect gifts. So you can buy them with your credit card or crypto. All you need is an email address. Go to collecttrumpcards.com and buy your Trump digital trading cards.
This is insane. He's selling digital trading cards.
Why?
It's a work. It's not going to his election campaign. It's not going to the campaign fund. Yeah.
Today.
All they are memes. He's selling memes. Yeah. Yeah, today he's selling memes for $100 each. And it's insane. Why would you do this? I don't get it. It's so nuts. I want to talk to Jimmy on the because he wants to talk about Trump. Jimmy, what's up?
Hey, Ant. I called maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was asking your opinion about the Truth Social shit-talking.
Yeah.
And I guess my only point at the time was kind of, hey, this is my first time I've doubted Trump's chances of winning it all.
Right.
And so I just wanted your opinion at the time. Now with this NFT shit, I kind of see more and more of the right doubting him.
Yeah.
And so therefore, my new thought is, hey, it feels official. How can he win over the middle if now even the right is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I can't really see Trump having any chance. I don't even think he'll have a chance in the primary of getting the nomination. He's falling apart. Like I said, he gives a speech that sounds like a politician, and then he's selling he's hawking NFTs, which, by the way, maybe a couple of years ago or a year ago, if you were doing that, it would be like, okay, he's on the cutting edge. The NFT thing has fallen apart. It's not even a thing anymore. And everyone realizes they lost a fuckload of money on those fucking gorillas playing guitars and shit like that. Dummies bought these things for unbelievable amounts of money, and now they're worth $5. And Trump's like, $100. You're going to get a beautiful card and a McGuire rookie card with it. Get it on FlexPay.